Alright guys, 10.2.2, here we go. We are going to, in this section, look at adding some different functions together. So I picked, I thought, the more challenging one out of the classwork today to go through with you. So let me read it to you. Lori has two accounts at her bank and wants to keep track of the total amount of money she has. One account is a special savings account that is called a certificate of deposit, a CD. Lori has deposited $20,000 into this account and earns 2% interest, and this is compounded monthly. Since this is a CD account, she cannot withdraw any money from it for 5 years without paying a penalty. So we're going to start by writing an equation for the amount of money in this account. Now, when things are compounded monthly, the 2% is still based on 2% for the year. So when we compound it monthly, the equation is going to be a little bit different here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with A here before we look at B, C, and D. When we get to D, it's going to be kind of a lame way to solve this whole thing. We're just going to keep plugging in numbers to see what we get until we get to about how much. So, but let's start with A. And this is the your standard compound interest, except for that it's compounded monthly. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to start with let's see, they wanted us to write it as S of t. So we're going to write S of t, and her initial deposit, her principal was $20,000, so we're going to put that in there. Okay. And then we got the 1 plus, and we're going to have the time up here. Okay, and then here's where it gets kind of weird because it's 2% compounded monthly. So the way they do this is we do 0.02 here, and we're going to divide that by the 12 months. Okay, so there's your equation. Now, if you calculate this 1 plus this 0.02 divided by 12, ends up coming to about 1.00167. So that's a little bit easier number to have there for our calculator. So we're going to use that. And this is our answer to A. Now, B is a little more simple equation here. It says she has a second account. It's a checking account. She currently has $2,000 in this account. And she deposits $1,500 of her work earnings each month. Write an equation. So using W of t. So for this one, W of t is going to equal. Now she has 2,000 and she's adding 1,500 per week. So this part right here is going to be 1,500. Okay, per week. Now, so they're still wanting us to use T here, and T in this case means weeks, plus 2,000. So, oh boy, I just made a mistake. She's depositing this each month. Okay, I apologize, each month. And so that would make a ton more sense, so we don't have to convert it to weeks to months. So anyway, we're good so far. So 1,500 T plus 2,000, that's for B. And then for the third part of this, Lori wants to keep track of the total amount of money she has in the bank. So the two bank accounts combined. And so what we're going to do with that one is we're just going to take this part here and add it to this part. Okay, and they're not like terms, so it's going to go right next to each other. And so in C, the way they want us to show that is that you write S of t plus W of t equals, and then here's where I'm going to start to run out of space, but I'm just going to take that 20,000 and then 1.00167 to the t gonna add that to the 1500 T plus 2000. Let me zoom out for that so you can see a little bit better. All right, so that's C there. And there's not a wonderful way to go about solving this because for part D, they want to know when will she have $35,000. So when will all of this come out to 35,000? And the easiest way for us to do this is to start plugging in months and seeing how long it'll take. And so T, our time, again, is going to be in terms of months because the savings account was $1,500 per month she's putting in there, and then the CD was compounded monthly, so the time that goes in here for T is going to be months also. And this you're going to want to just use your calculator for. Start plugging it in, trial and error, till you get to close to 35,000. You'll find out that it comes out to about 9 months. I think when you put the 9 in there, you get something like $35,800. So sometime during that 9th month is when she will hit her target of $35,000. A couple of the other problems on your CPM work for this particular assignment, you're going to be, one of them, I think in 88, you're going to end up subtracting the functions. They're just both linear functions, and so you want to combine the like terms on those. But you might want to just take a look at that. I'm not going to assign it actually as classwork or anything, but you might want to go ahead and look at 1088 just to see how to write and do that one.